What's up, guys? My name is Khan and we're back today in Stormworks, and today we're back looking at an awesome creation, which is this mini submarine. So I wanted to spend some time and work on making an actual submarine fully done in advanced mode that is diesel powered. So the biggest problem obviously with a diesel powered submarine is the fact that you need to have an air supply for your diesel engine. An engine in Stormworks really requires just fuel, air, coolant, and of course exhaust. And to make a submarine that could actually go underwater and stay underwater for a period of time, I had to really understand the whole air supply system in advanced mode. And of course we end up with this sort of complicated engine setup back here. Now it's really not that bad and we'll take a look at it, but first let's just get out in the submarine. So we'll just close the hatch there really quickly, and you can see it naturally just sits at this sort of level. It doesn't come out of the water anymore, and we've got a fair amount of controls, but first we'll turn on the power just to get the lights in there. And we've got, of course, external lights as well, which we can adjust the angle with this sort of little lever here. We don't really need that right now. We've got an air fill, so we need that. That'll fill up our air supply. If your air supply runs out, then your engine will starve out underwater, and that's kind of a problem. So you got to come back to the surface and make sure you turn it on, and once it's full, we'll turn that off. Of course, if you leave this on, you'll pump water into the system, so you don't want to do that. Then, of course, right here, we've got our tank drain and tank fill. That's actually for those two big side tanks, so they'll fill up with water and drain with water. That allows you to control the buoyancy level of the submarine. You've also got the ability to control these two rudders on the back with up and down, and then, of course, A and D for the other two. And really simply, we'll just turn on our engine here, so we'll just ignite that up, hold W, get the throttle up. 20 RPS max there. Our battery should recharge slowly, and we've got our fuel, our air supply, and it's good to go. Now, Stormworks does have some underwater things on the map. They've added that a while ago, I believe, and they've got wrecks and all sorts of things. So today, I figure we're going to go out from this Coast Guard outpost, and we're going to explore this trench here, this Balfour Trench. I don't know what this is. I haven't actually checked it out, so I think we'll just travel all the way out here, which might take a little bit, and then we'll go straight down underwater there and see what that's all about. So it's really cool submarine. Obviously it's nice that in Stormworks, you know, we can still walk around underwater here, and if we open the hatch it will slowly fill up with water, so we don't want to do that. But really cool that you can make submarines, and of course this one running on advanced mode. So it's a really cool setup. We've got all these gray tanks here, which are the air tanks, so they fill in with this pump here, which comes from the roof. So when you turn on the pump, it pumps in air and fills up those tanks, which then feed the engine. And then, of course, we've got these red tanks here, which are our diesel fuel tanks, and they also have a line that goes to the roof. So if you are playing in limited fuel mode, you can jump and fuel up the submarine with straight diesel. Now, we've got these sort of turbocharger pump-looking things here on the side. Those are for the exhaust line. The biggest problem I had with this submarine is when you went underwater, the pressure from the water becomes so high that the exhaust from the engine couldn't actually push the exhaust out. The water would backflow into the engine pipe, and it would stall the engine out, and the engine would work. So we've actually got 3 pumps that are always on to help force the exhaust out of the system. And actually, if we turn off this power switch, not only does it turn off the lights, but it turns off those pumps. So you basically just have to leave that power switch on all the time. But the engine is powerful enough to recharge the batteries, so it should still be good to go. You know what? Let's just top off the air supply. The air supply drains much faster than the fuel supply, so you do have to come back up to the surface multiple times. But there we go. We've got our air supply full, and we can start filling those tanks. So we should see our tanks filling up with water. And depending on the water, you can adjust your buoyancy. Of course, you can tip up and down just with the, you know, fins, and that'll help force you under the surface. But we can, of course, adjust the tank, and we'll leave it at 2,000, maybe bring it up a little bit. Of course, draining the tanks takes a lot more effort. There's actually, I believe, 5 pumps on either side just to drain the tanks, and only 1 pump to fill it. Water pressure actually seems to be a thing in Stormworks, so you really have to worry about it. I'm not sure if there's a better way to drain a tank, but literally 5 pumps in a line, all to drain the tank, and you can see it drains much slower than it fills. So it's a lot easier to go down than up. And eventually, if you get to too much pressure, I think it would be a serious problem. But we're going to actually come right back up to the surface here. All right, so we should be approaching the trench now. I honestly don't know what to expect. Like, I'm wondering if this is like the Marianas Trench, which is just like, you know, this crazy deep trench. Can we even get to the bottom? Or, like, I'm sure at some point in time, this submarine is going to stop working. But anyways, let's bring the clutch back. Reduce our engine throttle a little bit here. Have it idle, you know, like 12, something. That's pretty good. Okay, and we'll fill up our air supply again. So I think we're right above the trench, right? We're pretty close to it. The trench should be right in front of us. Yeah, let's go forward a little bit more. Want to be right above the trench and just kind of drop down and hopefully drop right into it. I honestly can't tell though. Like you can't see down really. I mean, I guess once we're underwater, maybe we'll be able to see down. All right. Okay, we're right on it. We're right on it. We gotta be. Okay, so let's do that. Decrease this. Air fills good. Full of air. Let's turn that off and let's fill the tanks up. I'm so nervous. Now, if your engine completely stalls out underwater for whatever reason, like the exhaust fills up, it's not the end of the world. The pumps still run on electricity, so you'll still have time to use the electricity to get back up. But of course, if your battery drains, then you're completely screwed. And that's why we want to just keep our engine up to make sure our engine is recharging that battery, which it is there, we can see. So let's just turn on these. We might need to ramp our engines up to run these lights, but I don't know. What is that? Is that the trench? I don't know what that is. Okay, let's keep going. We're like right on top of it. It's kind of concerning. What is that? A trench or is that just like a rock formation? I can't even see. Like it's so dark. This is creepy. This is really, really creepy. This is why I'm not a submarine person in real life. It's so cool. All right, what? That's got to be the trench there, right? Okay, we've got to drain a bit of the tank. It's gonna take a while. Drains super slow. It's right behind us. That's the worst part. Can't even see it because it's behind us. Let's move forward a little bit maybe, and tip up. We can pull up a little bit. Perfect. Okay. This is so creepy. This is the coolest thing. You can see the exhaust still coming out. It isn't exactly an eco-friendly sub. I thought about making it electric, but I didn't want it. What is it? It's just a giant rock? Is that all the trench is? It's just a... Oh boy. Oh, we are too close. I can't tell what's going on. It's like a mountain. It's not even like a trench. Or is that just the one side of it? Okay, we need to rotate back around. It's clearly behind us. Oh boy, we're definitely low. Pull up, pull up, pull up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Okay. We're stuck on the seafloor. I don't even know how deep we are. I really should have put a depth meter on this submarine. There's no depth meter. I don't know why I didn't put a pressure meter. Like you could put a pressure meter and that would tell you at least the pressure around the outside. I'm not sure if there's an actual depth meter in this game or not. I didn't really check. We're currently just stuck on the seafloor, so we're gonna have to just let those tanks drain and hopefully the engine keeps running. All right, I think we've drained enough in the tanks so we can pitch up. No. If the bottom of the sub hits the ground, it seems to just pull the whole sub down. The tanks are still draining though. Okay, we're heading back towards the trench. Just trying to pull up, but it's not enough. No, I don't want to transport the rig inspectors. Sorry game. We're not gonna do that today. All right, we're lined up in the direction of the trench and we're just sort of sliding along the surface. We're pitched up. We still have too much water in the tanks though. It still wants to go a lot deeper than this. Okay, well I can't see anything. Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure we're staring at it. I think it's just an underwater mountain, which why is it called a trench? But like look, if we tilt the lights up, I think that's just a mountain. And like I'm pretty sure we're staring in that direction. Is it not this big deep trench? It's just a mountain. You know what? We need to still continue to drain these tanks. There definitely needs to be a faster tank draining mechanism. So it turns out we only needed 1,100 liters in the water tanks to actually get floating at this level, so we didn't really need that much, so kind of overshot it there and spent way too long on the ground. But we'll keep draining the tanks a little bit more, and we're actually just going to slowly creep up. I'm pretty sure this is the trench right in front of us, or maybe a little bit more to the left, maybe, honestly. I don't know. Oh, okay, we can see it actually on the map. We're just going to slowly give us a little bit of throttle. I'm pretty sure this is it right here. It's really, really cool. I'm really hoping it's a trench we can go down into, but I think it's just some rocks. It looks like... Oh, what is this? Can we... Oh, dang. Oh, dang. Is that a drop-off? Oh, that is so cool. Oh, you know what? Now we have to go down a little bit more. Okay, so we'll stop draining the tanks. We'll just fill the tanks a little bit. And we'll slowly creep our way down into it. We'll give ourselves some throttle. We can just kind of aim ourselves down a little bit. This is so cool. I'm so glad they've got these underwater biomes now in Stormworks. I mean, they've had them for a little bit, but it's just so cool to be able to actually explore stuff with submarines. And like, look, there's fish. We're just gonna keep spiraling down a little bit. Are we running out of air? Actually, that would be a good... We are running out of... You know what? We need to go back to the surface first. All right, air is full. Keep our light angle, turn those lights on. Battery is not full. That's okay. You know what? We're still okay. We got a lot of batteries in this. Fill up the tanks to about 1,500. Yeah, that should be good. Kind of takes a little bit to start sinking. And the trench should be right in front of us. Oh, that's it right there below us. That's so cool. It's like these two valleys of rock. We're just going to keep powering down. Just using the pitch controls. The tanks, I think we're going to be neutrally buoyant when we get down there. We've got about 2,000 in the tanks. Oh, man. I want to make so many more underwater exploration vehicles now. Definitely want to make them, like, bigger, even. Look at this. This is the trench. Let's just fill the tanks up to capacity. We'll end up on the seafloor. Oh, don't hit the rock. Don't hit the rock. Oh, perfect. We're gonna go sit right in the middle of the trench. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Perfect. Perfect. Right in the center. This is so cool that they've added stuff like this. Now we're gonna just, you know, of course, have to play the waiting game of the tanks draining. Oh, did they not? Okay, I thought I saw some back pressure there. You can see the lower you go, the longer it takes for these tanks to drain. And of course, it's gonna take pretty much forever now. Of course, let me know what you guys think of this sub in the comments down below, and let me know what you think of Stormworks. What other cool kind of creations would you like to see me try and build, or other things you'd like to do? This is a really cool submarine because I tried to use as basic of parts as I could. So it uses a basic diesel engine. It's got the medium pumps, which I'm pretty sure I've already got unlocked in survival. So you should be able to spawn this sub into survival mode with limited fuel if you want to do some basic underwater exploration. I definitely have learned a lot trying to make this submarine, and definitely want to make a much more complicated, much larger, cooler exploration submarine. But this thing is still pretty cool, despite the fact that we pretty much have to wait on the bottom of the ocean now for a long, long time. You know what? Oh, hello, fish. Goodbye, fish. But of course, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And while you're at it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see y'all next time.